you are an athlete, winning is the only priority. However, some players toss the rules to claim the podium. However, there's one whose sharp sight can bring that proud success tumble down. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the cheaters in various sports. Let's start the video. Number 1. Rosie Ruiz. Back in 1980, a marathon runner, Rosie, became an overnight sensation after winning the Boston Marathon. She was completely unknown before this event, and she made history when she crossed the line with the third fastest time of any woman ever recorded. After running a 26-mile marathon on a hot day, she should have collapsed, but she appeared to be well-rested and oddly rested. It raised eyebrows, hence investigation started, and evidence revealed that she actually joined the marathon less than a mile away from the finish line. She denied the accusations, but evidence was piling against her, and she was stripped of her record. Number 2. Dwight Howard. Back in 2016, Howard was the player for the Houston Rockets, playing NBA-level basketball against the Atlanta Hawks. Officials realized the ball was covered in a tacky substance right after Howard had touched it. The rules of the NBA state that it's illegal to use foreign substances during games, so this raised several red flags. Officials went to the stand and found a spray adhesive which was banned back in 1981. It was used for players to buy better balls. During the game, both teams were warned, however, everyone denied the claims and the game went on. After the game, however, Howard admitted to Houston Chronicle writer Jonathan Fagan that it was him. But not just that, he then also admitted to using Stickum in every game he played. Somehow, the baller just left the incident off and no fine or charge was ever brought against him, avoiding what could have been a very sticky situation. Number 3. 2012 Olympic badminton players. Badminton is one of those games that is barely accused of cheating. In 2012, London Olympics intentionally throwing matches became the new winning strategy for several teams. A round-robin system was used in the Olympics, which meant all teams would face each other at some point. The results of earlier matches would be used to put teams into suitable skill brackets. This strategy was used by China's player Wang Xiaoli, and Yu Yang used to intentionally lose a few games in the beginning so they can disqualify weaker teams and get to the top-tier matches easily. And the world bore witness to one of the worst games of professional badminton ever played. To make matters worse, another match between a separate South Korean team and Indonesian team suffered the same clash of strategies. Because what they were all attempting was so blatantly obvious, all four pairs were formally accused of trying to rig the matches by performing poorly. As punishment, they were disqualified from the rest of the tournament. Number 4. Spanish Paralympic basketball team. Back in 2000, Sydney Paralympics team was confronted for a scandal that is still an embarrassment for people today. The team was supposed to be made up exclusively of players with an IQ of less than 70. But 10 of their 12 players were actually mentally competent athletes with much higher IQs than the maximum. Apparently, they had all signed up as part of a wider scheme to boost their country's chances of winning. They'd even been provided with fake medical certificates to help them feign disabilities. Worst of all, for 2 years leading up to the Paralympics, they had trained around the world beating disabled athletes. Number 5. Tanya Harding. It was the year 1994, and ice skating was the jam. However, drama on ice struck the day before the U.S. Figure Skating Championships. Title holder Nancy Kerrigan was filmed finishing a practice skate in Michigan's Copa Arena. But just seconds later, she was screaming in pain on the ground after a man with a police baton attacked her. With her thigh badly bruised, Kerrigan was unable to compete. Her longtime rival, Tanya Harding, went on to take first place and was selected alongside her for that year's Winter Olympic skating team. Number 6. Neymar Jr. Football is one of those games that see many false claims of injuries to either gain control of the ball from a corner or a penalty. In this match, Neymar can be clearly seen making up his injury. You will have to give it to him. He didn't let the opportunity go at all. He made it look like the other team injured him on purpose. However, he missed that chance to goal with a penalty. After a few minutes in the game, he was leading the ball from his left to the opponent's goal, and he fell down, which made it look like he was tackled by the opponent player. However, you can clearly see that his foot was at least 4 inches away, and he fell all by himself. He scored in that penalty. Number 7. David Luiz. This one will give you the cringe for sure. David Luiz was running for his chance to secure the ball, and the window was very little, so he quickly came up with a plan to make it look like he was the victim. He drove the ball to the corner, and by the opponent's tackle, he fell down on his own. You can tell it was all fake because he was smiling as he fell on the ground, and the opponent was given a red card. Number 8. Sergio Ramos. Ramos is an excellent player, but sometimes the spirit to win can make you do worse things. He slid in front of the opponent player to defend the ball. However, he made him stumble and received a yellow card. Around 15 minutes later, he came in front of the chute on purpose, and even though the ball only hit his hand, he acted like he took the ball to his face and fell down. Number 9. Michael Pineda. But back in 2014, New York Yankees pitcher Michael Pineda simply couldn't get a grip. As his team faced off against the Boston Red Sox, the Major League Baseball pitcher decided to up his game by using pine tar to improve his grip on the ball. Before long, the Red Sox coach had spotted something was sticky and was informing the referee, and funnily enough, at the same moment, the coach complained about Pineda. A fan in the stalls could be seen pointing out Pineda's obvious faux pas. After several umpires checked his hands and neck, Pineda was immediately ejected from the game and the 10 games following. Number 10. The final lift of the 75 kilograms category at the 2012 Olympic women's weightlifting event was an incredible moment for everyone watching. Both Svetlana Podobedova and Natalia Zabalonnaya had set new Olympic records for women, with Podobedova taking the gold for Kazakhstan. In doing so, she pushed Zabalonnaya of Russia into silver and Belarusian lifter Irina Kulesha to third. They all made lifting weights look natural, but there was nothing natural going on. Despite testing clean for illegal performance-enhancing drugs at the time, the International Olympic Committee began reanalyzing athlete drug tests in 2015. Thanks to an advance in technology, the committee were able to pick up previously overlooked substances, catching past cheaters who thought they'd gotten away with it. The reanalysis revealed a list of athletes who had clearly violated anti-doping laws. Have you ever been caught cheating in a sport before or spotted a professional breaking the rules? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.